your marriage work. When we look at the world and in the church, too much marriage today is failing, and for reasons what? What's the reason? Little petty things that they would say. Things that you could work out. You know, if you look at, if you ask Sister Sherry, you ask me or somebody else, Sister Carter, all married people, Sister Belford, you could have walked out before, not so? But you choose to stay. And the thing that you could have walked out for 5 years ago, when you look at it now, you say, trivial. You know? So let's make it work. You must make your marriage work. Those of you who just got married in the first year, but they say it's the paper years. Paper years, you know, things change easily in the paper years, but make it work. Make, fold your paper carefully and make it work. Make it work. But you can only make it work by being connected with God. Amen. We must be connected with God. And if Christ has given you that grace, if He has extended to you His love and His grace, just so the author is saying that we must extend it to our partner. You choose somebody and you are attracted to them, and you love and you love and you love. The late night talking and everything. What happened now? What the breakdown? Take a little time out to reason out and find out what is happening. What is it that we used to talk about that we can't talk about now? You know? Yes. The wedding vows embody the essence of the marriage relationship as unparalleled commitment of one person to another. There are no ifs or buts in the promise of the vow. No exception, no disclaimers. There is not even any state about being loved in return. Nobody answer and say, if you love him, you love him back. I do. You heard that part? No, that's one to be revised. We didn't hear that one yet. Somebody was saying to me when they asked in sickness and in death, the person said, I was answering on my breath and saying, if he well, you know? People make those jokes and so, but we never hear it to say, if you would love that person and you promise, you, yeah, I do loud. And the minister asks you to say it and you say it loud. You know? So keep your vows. By this vow, each partner takes full responsibility for the success of the marriage in an irrevocable way. The challenge of marriage is not to love the person you thought you were marrying, but to love the person you actually did marry, who is only fully revealed in the after years. You know, only this morning we had a laugh on that. I was saying something at home and I said, I have to ask your mother something about you, but Camilla saying, no, you're so late. You know? But you still have to love them, despise whatever. It doesn't matter if it's 25 years after. Then you see the person really come out, you know? You'll see things in a person that you never know before. Yes, you never know before, and it will shock you. But you have to go amidst that thing and love still. You know? You never know that person could talk so loud and do that all. But you have to love them still. That's the person you marry. After many years, you'll see some things coming out. It will shock you. But you don't run. You don't run. You may be surprised. Don't play that you won't surprise him. But you stay there and you love. Some things may shake you or cause you to stagger, but you stay and you love because of God. Amen. By following God's design for Christian marriage, the discussion of the fall is overcome as the husband loves his wife with self-sacrificing love. And the wife respects and submits to her husband in everything. In everything. When the day is warm, you submit and you love. When the day is cold, you submit and you love. When the money is high, you do it. When it's low, when there is none at all, we still do it. Some days when you just don't feel the talk, we still love. You know, having your individuality doesn't mean that you doesn't love. Some days you just want to fight by yourself, not so? But you still love. You just don't want to talk. Just, man must know that sometimes, women, if you understand your wife, sometimes you just want to be by yourself a little while. You're there, but you kind of give me a 5. But that doesn't mean that you don't love. Men like to say, well, you don't love me, you don't answer me, you ain't telling me nothing, but you still love. You still love. Just so men want their time out too. Not so men? You want your time out. So then you just can't take on a woman talking all the time. Give the man a 5. Just give the man a break sometimes. But that doesn't mean that the man don't love you. You want to catch yourself as an individual. We're married, we won, but we're an individual. Just give him a chance. You know, Sister Kata can't control. She knows she like to talk a lot in the man's head. Give him a break sometimes so he can catch himself. In marriage, we love each other for Jesus' sake. There's a story here that says about a wife who stays at home. She was angry with her husband for constantly coming home late. He was never on time for dinner at 6. Even though they both had agreed to the schedule, the wife, she resorted to some stern measure. She made a rule that at 6:35, dinner would be put away. If you're not home by 6:35, when you come, no dinner. I'm putting it away. But she did not get the result she was hoping for. For the next 3 months, the husband did not come home for dinner. You know what? He ate outside. And he realized he was running late. So instead of coming and having dinner, he ate outside. You think that was a good thing? Then the wife, the pastor gave her a suggestion. You know, she complained to the pastor, he gave her a suggestion. She revoked the rule. She told her husband, I'll feed you gladly, no matter what time you come home. But I would appreciate if you try to be here by 6. See the reverse? And what do you think was the result? For the next 3 months, the husband was home at 6 o'clock on the dot. Yes, it's how we say the thing and how we do it. You're not cooking all day, you can't come home to eat now. What's your time now? The food's sour already. Well, who coming home to eat? Well, when the man says you're running late, let me eat something like Kentucky here. Because I know when I come, you put away the food and get that food in the fridge or some kind of thing. But you would say, you know, let's see what we could do. Tomorrow, please, gonna make a pea soup and I want you to see if you could come a little bit early. Try and see. And you know something with that man, later man could call and say, I'm running late, you know. So maybe you won't take it out here from the pot, where you could have it warm or something like that. We're looking at dialogue. Dialogue is the thing that keeps a relationship going. With us, human beings, with God, if you don't talk to God, if you don't pray to Him, what would happen with your relationship? You would break down, you would wither and die as a Christian. Just so with us as husband and wife, we need to talk. Dialogue is the key. And we're coming on to the end. Dialogue is the key. We need to communicate. Communicate. Talk, talk, talk. We talk to the boys, we talk to the girls more than we talk to our wives and husband. That's where we have to talk. Talk, talk, talk there. We say we give all our chance, but yet still that's where we have to talk. Something happens, you come home, you say, you know, this and that and so. Build your relationship and your communication. One of us say that sometimes we don't talk much. What we do, we just grumble. Grumble, grunt, grunt. Yeah, You know, short answer. But we need to talk to each other so that our relationship could be a better one. It is a trivial example, but the principle is sound. In marriage, we have to give up ourselves, and someone has to take the first step. Now, if I give up myself, and Stephen give up himself, what will happen? Someone has to take the first step. But I won't say you take it. I must take it. And he must take it unknowingly to me. And you know what will happen. Someone has to be willing to sacrifice so that a new pattern can be established. We don't know what you must say, brethren. Do it for Jesus' sake. Do it for Jesus' sake. If you are trying to be a loving spouse for your own sake, you will fail. You will fail. You are not good enough to be loving at all the time. If you try to do it for your spouse's sake, you will fail. Your partner would have to be perfect, to deserve unconditional love. But if you pledge to love each other for Jesus' sake, you will be empowered to be loving at all times. Even when your spouse does not deserve it, and even when you do not feel like it, with Jesus at the center, every Christian marriage can become a celebration for love. Even when you do something you don't like, you still love him. And you know your wife do something, sometimes we could do some real things that could throw the man off, he still loves us. Let us do it not because of each other, but because